What is up, guys? Welcome back to Scene Invaders Podcast, episode 411, which we just found out in Canada is not information. So the things we talk about, again, guys, before we come and start recording this show is insane. And yeah, everybody would probably hate us, but we have a good time. So. Oh, and we have our crew with us tonight. As always, Miss Carly sadly has a sick kid, but she is here with us, and she's probably still Christmasing everything to death, I'm going to imagine, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to.
You're wearing
Baking.
red.
Do what? Did you see my shirt?
Yes, you're wearing red, and you might have to stand.
Oh my
Nakatomi
God.
Plaza. Are you joking?
That's so good, dude. I got to see that in theaters for the first time ever. I saw the movie, but never on the big screen last year, right before
nice.
Christmas or whatever.
So
It
good on the
was.
big screen.
And everybody fights over whether it's a Christmas movie. It's a Christmas movie.
It's Christmas.
It is.
Yeah,
Yep.
absolutely.
The soundtrack is Christmas.
Yep.
They integrate music that is Christmas into the movie.
I mean, it's a Christmas. The whole thing is a Christmas party. So yeah,
Yeah.
Christmas.
The first dead guy's wearing a Santa hat.
Okay, right.
Come on.
This is
True. We also have
Oh.
Mr. Brad from Canada.
Oh. Hey, everybody.
Okay.
How's it going, eh?
How are you, Mr. Brad from Canada?
I'm doing very well. I'm wearing my traditional black t-shirt for Christmas for no reason, because I look good in black.
Okay, and you're also doing ho ho ho. Okay.
Okay.
And
How's it
Mr.
going?
Mr. Coach has a lot on his plate tonight, but he's with us anyway because we have to
I
spread
am
Christmas cheer.
here. I am here for now.
Okay, right. He may drop out at any moment. If he does, don't be alarmed, anyone. He's still with us. He's just not with us on the show. so don't be afraid. So a couple of weeks ago, Mr. Coach posed
Yes,
a question to us at the end of an episode.
I did.
And go ahead and refresh everyone, and then some of us have guesses. on
It was what
last week.
musical did I do? What musical was I in when we were on our big musical kick? And I think I gave the hints of it was a musical that was also a movie, and one of the major stars was a pop artist. So we were kind of trying to tie everything we could to Wicked, just for synergy's sake.
Yeah, there it is. But we're bringing it back, guys. And I've got my guess. I can't take any kind of I did not come up with this on my own, so I'm going to run with what I was told. But Carly, what was your guess? I know you said you came up with something, but you don't feel confident.
Oh yeah, no. This is totally wrong, but my guess is A Star is Born. It's the only thing that came to mind.
Okay. Was that a musical, like a stage musical?
I have
really
no
don't
idea.
know.
I
It
have
was.
no idea.
It was. It had no traction because the movie was so successful.
Okay, right. There it is. There it is. I actually love the one with Lady Gaga. It's very good.
Yeah, Bradley Cooper. Shalala.
So I'm going to take it that was not the correct answer.
That would no. I'm sorry. It
No.
was not. I was not
No.
reprising the role of Chris Christopherson.
Yes.
Okay, and then Bradley Cooper. Well, yeah, at that time it would have been, yeah. I get you. How about you, Mr. Brad? What was your guess?
I'm taking a shot in the dark, and I'm going to say Rent.
Oh, okay.
It's a good guess.
I'm sorry, it was not Rent.
Damn it.
Aw.
I did not have AIDS.
Everyone has AIDS.
I am dead.
Well, I did have AIDS, and I got
Oh,
over
you
it.
got better.
I listen.
That
There's
money.
just
Me and Magic Johnson, we pulled it off.
there's
Merry Christmas,
nothing
guys.
funnier than Team America just doing the AIDS.
Yes, for sure.
AIDS.
Yeah.
H.
Okay. So it wasn't Rent. So Chad, it's up to you because
Okay,
Charlie
guys.
and I are watching Mac and Me.
I was given this answer with about a 75% confidence level. It does fit. Everything seems to
Mhm.
fit. And when he said it, I was like, that makes a lot of sense. So my guess for this, via Chris, is Evita.
No,
Oh,
Aw,
no.
I was so
It is-
confident too. I was like, oh, I got
I
this.
got it.
It is a lesser known one. I will say that the pop star was Linda Ronstadt.
Oh, okay.
And I will say that I am the very model of a modern major general of information, vegetable,
No
animal, and mineral.
way.
I know the kings of England, and I quote the fights historical from Marathon to Waterloo in order categorical.
Is
I
the
have
king
no
and I?
idea.
Well
It
done.
was
I don't
the
know that.
Pirates of Penzance,
Oh,
Oh,
God.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
which is actually a mockery of basically the old, I think Gilbert and Sullivan.
Yeah, I
segment.
believe
Okay.
so.
That's very good. You still know what's up. You're like, I still got
That's
my lines
great.
memorized.
Joking?
So, very good. But yeah, I was so confident, man. But that was hard. I would have never,
Yeah.
ever,
So
ever,
it
ever
actually,
guessed that.
the movie also stars a very young Kevin Kline, who is
Uh-oh.
the Pirate King, and it is
Okay.
and what's his what's her name? Looks like Paul McCartney.
Oh God.
A girl.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
Paul McCartney?
Yeah, this
Um,
old lady who has always been old, even when she was young, looks exactly like Paul McCartney.
My
I want
Aunt
to do a
Melina.
Google
No
search
idea.
on that, and I want
She
to
was
use those exact
in
words. but
Murder She Wrote.
Oh,
Angela Lansbury.
Angela Lansbury.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
if you were to go to Google right now and just go Angela Lansbury and Paul McCartney now,
Okay, right.
I don't know which one.
Is Angela Lansbury still alive?
Spot on.
I don't think
She
so.
recently passed in the last 3 to 5.
I thought it was
Um,
somewhat recently.
So the basic story of Pirates of Penzance is there is a pirate king that is trying to prey on virgin daughters, and that is Kevin Kline. The nanny of a young swashbuckler is trying to arrange a meeting between the virgins and the swashbuckler. It's silly. It's awful. It's
And we're all watching it
Sounds
at
fun.
some point.
but yeah, if
is
you were
there
to see clips, it would be very funny.
Is there a video of Coach doing this?
No.
No.
There's a video of I think Coach jumping and in. I might have a photo in my pirate outfit.
Yes, please.
Okay. Oh my God!
Because
yes.
if
I
not,
need to see it.
we will need to recreate this for the podcast.
that would be amazing.
I don't
Oh
believe
my-
I could fit into my pirate outfit, but it
Ah.
will take. I do remember I did get in trouble because the night of the play, I took a carpet and placed it as chest hair.
Oh, well done.
And
Oh
they
my
did
God!
not. They did not care for that. The director did not care for that.
That was a choice. I think it was a
That was
very
a
bold
choice.
artistic choice.
If you see Kevin Kline, he is very swarthy.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. Yeah, not a drop of wax has touched that man.
no, but
That's how it
Phoebe
should be.
Cates has, so good on him.
Very good.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. There it is. The
Well
Phoebe
done.
Cates. Oh my God. That reminds me. When I was in junior high, my best friend would call her Phoebe Cats because she didn't know how to say her name. So I don't know. Yeah. Unhinged side story there.
Oh my God! Wait, I have another side story really quick because
Beautiful.
you said Phoebe Cates. So my niece said like a couple of years ago, she was like, Aunt Carly, you look like the girl from Gremlins. And I was like, oh God, I thought she was gonna say like the Gremlin girl.
The female gremlin.
Yeah, I was like, oh God.
That's
She's like,
Gremlins Part
"No."
Two.
Nicki Minaj.
That is
Yeah.
Gremlins too.
Yes,
Oh,
to
yeah,
be
true.
fair, but that's the first thing that came to my mind because I do not think I look anything like her. But she's like, no, the main girl. I was like, oh, that's so
Yeah.
sweet.
Who was in that? I
What?
forget.
I can
That's
kind of
awful.
see it now.
Who was in
And-
one?
Who was that?
It was
That was
the
Phoebe
actress?
Cates.
Phoebe Cates.
Oh, it was Phoebe Cates.
yeah.
I'm
girl
just
we were
busy
talking
making up,
about.
guys. Okay, right. No,
Okay, yeah,
sorry.
we're done.
It's been a long day, guys. It's
And-
Christmas.
It's
another-
Christmas.
another
That's right. It's a
thing.
Christmas movie.
Gremlins is also
Christmas
a Christmas
movie.
movie.
Yes, it is.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
What a
And that
horrible
brings us-
story. Her dad fell down the
I
chimney.
know,
that's
right?
such
Like,
a
this is the worst
downer.
thing. Like I thought,
It's very dark.
okay, you got little creepy monsters, but like it just got really dark. Calm
Yeah.
down, Phoebe. Billy just wants a hand job.
Okay. Oh my God. Okay, this is going to be an
Okay.
unhinged episode. So tonight we are doing something a little bit different. Normally we hit you with what we watch for the week and recommend, don't recommend, all that kind of stuff. But since it's Christmas, Santa is coming, we are going to discuss some of our favorite Christmas things, a couple of movies each, and a TV episode or show or special, and our favorite Christmas song. So we thought that'd be fun for the week, kind of take some pressure off, make it easy and breezy for everyone. If you're looking for something to watch, we still got you. It's just not going to be what we watched this week. It's what we watch at Christmas. So that's what's up this time. So we'll just go around. We'll do like we always do, guys. We're gonna start with Miss Carly. What's the first Christmas movie that you have to recommend for everyone, or that you go to on Christmas?
Well, I would have to say that would be Ernest Saves Christmas, and that
Okay.
is my kid pick. When I was
Okay.
growing up, that is
Well
the
done.
movie that I would typically watch. I love that one. It's got like almost the perfect Santa Claus in it. I mean, he's so cute. But if you're not aware of it, you're not familiar with it, it's been a couple of years, definitely recommend watching it. It's a fun
Okay.
one.
Do the kids like it? I'm assuming.
I don't think that I've been able to get them to watch it yet.
Oh, okay. There it is.
Jim Varney is a national damn treasure.
Yeah.
He
Yes.
started
Mhm.
in commercials. He was a stage actor. He has done so many things, but he made a mint doing these commercials and gave all the money to charity because he didn't need any money because he was very savvy with his investments. So he lived a very simple life. So that's why I say Jim Varney is a national treasure.
Yeah,
Just an
absolutely.
I
overall
agree.
good dude.
Yeah.
Somehow I have never seen. I don't know that I've ever
Oh,
seen
it's
an
so
Ernest
good.
movie at all.
Oh, well, you have to at least
Ernest
watch
Goes to Camp. You
Camp.
haven't seen
Yes,
that one?
you have to see that one. You have to see Ernest Saves Christmas and definitely
And Scared
Ernest
Stupid?
Scared Stupid. Yes.
Okay.
Well, Vern, you better get
trifecta.
on it.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
You're not a Vern.
He's got you covered for like every holiday. Good Lord.
Right.
Yeah.
Halloween, Christmas. He's ready to go for anything.
Yeah,
I love
there's
it.
trolls and everything. It was a great thing. Jim Varney.
Excellent choice. This is one I need to watch for sure. Mr. Coach, what about you? What is your first?
Listen, my
Christmas choice?
first all be all is definitely a Muppet Christmas Carol. It's the greatest rendition of a Christmas Carol that's ever been done. Light the lamp, not the rat. Even like the original, like crazy long song, I have to see it with the long song in it that they took out and now they put back in. I'm actually probably going to see it this weekend in the theater because my couple places here show it on the big screen.
Sweet.
It's the perfect mix of Muppets and that. And the greatest story is Michael Caine. When he signed on, he's just like, I'm going to play this straight. This is not. I am not playing it with Muppet. I'm not even looking at the idea of like whatever. I am playing this absolutely straight, and it comes off so earnest.
Well, that's
Yeah.
what made it so well because he
Synergy.
didn't wink at he was not winking at the camera. You know, it was he played it so damn well.
And that's one I've seen, but it's been a very long time. So God, not for a long time. I know you said you play that too there at work, right? Like
So
on loop
it's actually playing on a loop right now on a TV right outside of my office.
Love that.
Okay.
And it's just I have to put on subtitles because since I have the door closed.
Sure.
So it's one of those. Yeah, it'll play on a loop until I leave Christmas Day.
Okay.
Lovely.
Fair enough. What about you, Mr. Brad? What is your first choice, sir?
Well, my first choice I came across, I don't really know what a recent movie is because you blink and everything's old.
Yeah, no shit.
I blinked when I was 10, now I'm old. But for whatever reason, myself, my ex-wife, and my son, we would sit down and we would watch 'Twas the Night Before with Seth Rogen, Anthony Mackie, Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yeah.
And it was a modern take about three stoners that just want to hang out for Christmas because one of them, their parents died in an accident and stuff. And it has little like sparks and tropes of old movies from Die Hard to Home Alone, all these little things. But the most entertaining thing is watching Seth Rogen, a very Jewish man, go into church who is high as a kite with his wife, who he wasn't supposed to be there, but he's just there and he's pointing up at Jesus. Now, if you're watching on YouTube, you'll be able to see this. He's like, "Who's that? Who's that? Who's that?" And they're like, "What?" And he's like, the guy. He's like, on the cross. He's like, "That's Jesus." He's like, oh, and he's panicking and freaking out. There's a baby ahead of him, and it hisses at him, and he runs up and he throws up. And as he's running out, he's like, "The Jews didn't kill Jesus."
Oh my God.
My ex-wife and I, we would sit around and we would get drunk and wrap Christmas presents and watch that, and it was just a fantastic Canadian Christmas memory.
Okay. And one I have not seen, so
Check
I'm
it
not
out.
the most. I'm
You
not
got a
the
list,
most
dude.
versed in holiday movies. Yeah, God, no
You
kidding.
got
I
a
got a
list.
list for real. That's facts. So the first one on my list, I don't really consider this cheating. It kind of is because it does not take place at Christmas time, but I'll be damned if it doesn't feel exactly like probably almost any family's holiday, any holiday. And this is a film directed by Jodie Foster, called Home for the Holidays.
Oh,
And
Robert
has
Downey Jr.
Robert Downey, yeah,
Mhm.
Robert Downey Jr. And what is her name? Holly Hunter.
And
And this actually takes place at Thanksgiving. And this movie is so funny. It's so real. It's so realistic. Like the fighting that's happening at Christmas and all these different like family sub families of the same family coming together that may not get along and have dramas with each other and all that kind of stuff. It just always felt so incredibly real to me. And it does have like the wintry vibes and all that kind of stuff. And again, even though it doesn't take place on Christmas, I think this is a perfect Christmas watch because I think I would defy you to watch this and not see some part of your family or one of your holiday gatherings in this movie. It's just so well done. And I haven't
That's
seen it
fair.
in quite a while, but it's just so wonderful and truly hilarious. Like, and the hilarious in this comes from this like knowing it's just all because it is so like real and realistic and relatable, and you have a family member like this and all that. So yeah, can't
Yeah.
recommend Home for the Holidays enough. It's absolutely great. And we're back to Miss Carly.
Okay, well, I'm going to keep it in 1988 again.
Oh yeah,
So next choice is Die Hard.
yes.
So,
Boom.
of course, I was just actually watching this last night, and it's just like, I'm sorry, it's really good. I don't even care that Bruce Willis said that it's not a Christmas movie.
Oh boo! I didn't
I
realize
don't.
he said
Yeah,
that.
he
saw
said that.
that
I was like,
too.
yeah, I'm sorry, dude. You don't get to make that choice.
He was
So,
getting roasted at the time, so I'm not gonna.
Okay, right.
yeah. But yeah, no, definitely Die Hard. I mean, you got Alan Rickman in it. All the Christmas music. It takes place at a Christmas party. Yeah, it's definitely
Who's-
a Christmas movie.
Who's the lady? Is it Bonnie Hunt? Am I wrong?
Bonnie Bedelia.
Oh,
Bonnie Bedelia.
okay, yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
Bonnie.
what is everybody's favorite line from Die Hard?
Oh God, that's a tough
Mine
one.
mine is not very Christmassy.
Okay.
Probably. I mean, I would have to say it's got to be Yippee Ki
Yeah, I mean, it's a classic for sure.
Or, you know, if you're watching it on TV, I think they tried to edit it to Yippee Ki Yabba
Mis-
Dabba Fraga or
Right.
something. I was like, what?
What the hell?
I
No, there
know.
was there was also Yippee Ki Mr. Falco.
Mr. Falcon.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, no.
Oh
Well, we
my
can-
God.
We can curse on here, so I have two.
Okay.
My favorite is when Bruce Willis is fighting the pretty blonde boy,
Yeah.
and he says, "You should have heard your brother squeal when I broke his fucking neck." And I'm like,
That's
"That's
a good one. Oh yeah.
harsh."
Yeah.
And the others, he's still fighting the same guy, and he says, "Motherfucker, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna fucking cook you, and I'm gonna fucking eat you."
Hell yeah.
That's vitriol. I appreciate that in a Christmas movie.
It's just such a delight, and I love stuff like that. That's not like super holiday specific in a really overt way. I mean, clearly it's at the holiday, but yeah, this is just a fun action movie that happens to take place at Christmas, and yeah, what a delight, man! I need to watch it again this year. It's been a year.
gonna watch
since I've
this
seen it,
tonight.
so- yeah, there you go. You know what you're doing tonight.
Hell yeah.
What about you, Mr. Coach? What is next for you, sir?
So I have more of an adult flavor for this one. As you go through the stages of your life, you have to attend certain gatherings and stuff like that. Usually when you're in your 20s, everybody starts getting married. And then as you're in your 30s, everybody starts reproducing and
Losers.
et cetera, et cetera. Like you go to Halloween parties over the course of your life, and then you go to Christmas parties over the course of your life. And as you hit a certain age, they become kind of more fancy and festive rather than,
Fun.
like fun. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or if you have to go to a serious work party where you're bringing dates and stuff.
Mhm.
And I think no movie nails that better of the feel for that and the time of year than Eyes Wide Shut.
Oh, I love
Whoa.
Eyes Wide Shut.
And just the way that people act at the party. Well, some parties. There is
Yeah.
definitely yes.
Let's say
I mean, Yeah.
My parties didn't evolve the ways yours did. They do now.
Correct.
But like in my 20s and 30s, like there was no internet.
Correct. Listen, Fidelio. But
The safe word, everybody.
yeah, but basically, like, yeah, the first half of the movie nails like just the feel of Christmas time when you're kind of out and about, whether you're getting presents or you're attending like just work parties and stuff like that. And I think it just nails it. I mean, it is a masterpiece of art, work of art. Yes, it is not the most overall Christmas spirit,
Sure.
but in terms of nailing a mood, I think it does.
It does. It's a great movie, and it's one that I very heavily considered for mine. So yeah, good
thought
choice,
about
man.
that one.
Yeah.
I didn't either. I didn't realize it took place around that time.
If
No.
you
been a
haven't seen it in a
while.
long time, I highly recommend it. It's still great and holds up.
It has
and
actually aged like a
Oh,
fine
yeah.
wine.
very
I
well.
don't think it came out that people really appreciated what it was. They thought it was some kind of sex cult movie.
Right.
And take a step back and look at the art. And people are kind of on the fence about Nicole Kidman and Tom Cruise as well. But
Mhm.
the whole thing around it, it's pretty amazing. I think
Yeah, it's wild.
if they remade it and no one knew about the original, I think it would play very well now.
Yeah, it's a classic story. I think
Oh, yeah.
adult, very adult, very mature, but something that would stand the test of time for sure. So, what about you, Mr. Red? What's next?
What's next is kind of a take on A Christmas Carol, but one that I really appreciated. I went to see it in the theater, and that is Scrooged
Nice.
Okay.
I almost
With-
picked that one too.
Yeah, it's a good one.
with everyone's favorite Bill Murray. And I'm going to say something a little controversial. I think Bill Murray is great. I have not exalted him to the god status that everybody else has.
Okay,
When I say everybody else, I mean like mainstream Chive and all that such.
sure.
I think he's a fantastic actor. He's never been in too many scandals. He's plays his parts and such. But I'm like, yeah, he was really good in this. But for me, Bobcat Goldthwait steals the show.
Okay, for sure.
In this, it's the as modern in the 80s tale. So of A Christmas Carol, visited by three ghosts, and it's just very entertaining because I knew it's in the 80s because you could either give the corporate gift of a beach towel or a VCR.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah. The three ghosts are very entertaining. Of course, Bill Murray is on point, and they even have Mary Lou Henner in it. And-
Carol King is one of my favorites in it as well.
She's so good.
Oh,
She
yeah.
is so good. And you have the North Pole dancers, in where you have to ask a union representative, can you see her nipples? And he replies, you can barely see those nipples. And he's like,
Barely.
yeah, see, and these guys are really looking. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, wonderful. And there is a scene which me and my friend Rob, we would watch this on a VCR, on a videotape, in which where Bobcat Goldthwait says to the boss of bosses, he just called you a flashlighting butthead. And the guy winds up and just kicks nothing, but there's a cat noise. So it's presumed that he booted some cat. And I don't know why we laughed and rewound it and rewound it and rewound it. Like, if we didn't have to go to school or work, we would still be there rewinding it.
Okay,
It-
right.
it just tickled us so much. So yes, Scrooged, a modern 80s, 40 years ago telling of
Oh my
Christmas
God,
story.
no, it's always going to be 20 years from like ago. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
it's always
no,
going to be
I'm with you.
2000 for me.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm still 25.
All right. Yeah.
My back hurts.
We all are, guys.
Still
Duh.
16.
That's what Santa's bringing us this year. It's just that we're all 25 again. I'm not even sure I want that, actually.
No, I'd rather just be 30 or 35.
Okay,
No,
maybe.
he's just gonna bring me some new eyes and some adult diapers so I can sleep through the night.
Oh, no.
Adult diapers. Good lord.
I just want to sleep through the night. I'm good.
Okay, there it is. That's what you would get to sleep. That's all I need, guys. Just get to sleep. And once I'm there, I'm good. But the getting there is not always easy. So my next choice is wholesome, family friendly, and nothing says Christmas like watching someone get a chainsaw shoved up their ass and sawed in half like Terrifier 3. It's from this year. It's a
love it.
Christmas movie. It's absolutely not wholesome. I'm sure anyone who heard me say the title now realizes that that was not truth. But this is a new modern Christmas classic for me. It's an absolute blast. I love the Terrifier movies, and they just, for me, just keep getting better and better. And this is one, like, when I saw it in theaters, came out in October, even though it's a Christmas movie, and that made perfect enough sense for the franchise and stuff too. But it's just such a blast. David Howard Thornton as Art the Clown, just so fun, so funny, so like
Doing it.
strangely like wholesome at times, and like kind of cute, but like super fucked up, and like doing the most fucked up shit ever. And Lauren Lavera as the final girl of the series, like, she's just wonderful. She's really cementing herself as like a great final girl. And I had to have a horror pick on here. I was going to go with Black Christmas from 1974, which I kind of consider as like the real launching point of slasher movies, even though Halloween is
Yeah.
kind of credited with, that's what really got it like really going. But Black Christmas is incredible too. But Terrifier 3, guys, if you like gore or horror or any of that kind of stuff, and somehow you haven't seen this, it's a holiday treat in every single way. It's unhinged. It doesn't make all the sense in the world. It really doesn't have to, but the practical effects are insane. It's funny, it's fun, and it nails like this kind of nostalgic Christmas vibe and feeling. It almost has, I don't want to say time agnostic, but like,
It almost looks like it was filmed in the 80s. I haven't seen it,
Yeah.
but just like the stills and everything that I've seen, like the little snippets, it looks more like 80s type.
Graininess, the
yeah, it has a
And
vintage
the colors.
feel.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Have you seen the
Colors,
other
right.
Terrifier movies, Carly?
I have not. I have watched well, I'm sorry,
Wow.
actually, I've seen the first one. The
Mm.
second one, I've watched like this whole video kind of going over her arc and everything and how it's really
Okay.
cool. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, I might actually watch that.
Oh,
But
you should.
I'm
The first one is not the best one to judge the
Yeah,
series
no.
on. It gets way
No.
better from there.
Yeah. I was kind
yeah,
of
highly rec-
like, I'm kind of surprised you didn't pick Krampus.
I thought about that. I really
Yeah.
like that one too. It's another like fun modern horror. Like,
we're watching that this year as well.
That's a good one.
have you
Yeah.
seen it, Brad?
No.
Oh,
my
you'll love
daughter
it.
Oh,
is-
you'll
my
like it
daughter
then.
is a big horror fan, so we're gonna
Mhm.
watch Krampus, Red One, and what was the other one I was bragging about before?
What were you just saying? Shit. We talk about a lot of stuff, guys. I forget.
Yeah, before.
Yeah,
I
before
gotta
we
be
came on
honest
here.
with you. You guys might like Red One, but it was really hard for me to get into that movie. But you
Okay.
guys might like it though.
I would watch it, but I never felt too terribly excited by it. So it was just one of
Mhm.
those like,
Yeah.
if I catch it, I catch it. Like, if I don't,
I got a wicked crush on Chris Evans, so
Oh
Okay.
no,
never
I
gonna go away.
totally understand.
Carly's like, I can relate.
I understand. I understand. His character
But
in
yeah,
that movie is really bad though. I'm sorry.
I
At least
love it.
I didn't like it. I didn't like it, but that's just me.
Cool.
But yeah, Terrifier 3, guys, absolutely seek it out or watch it again if you've already seen it because it's worth it. It screams Christmas. And Carly, you really need to see 2 and 3 unless you are
Okay.
really averse to like gore.
No,
This
I'm not
is-
I'm not averse to gore. It's just as I get older, it's just harder for me to watch things that are needlessly violent and like just mean spirited. It's really hard
This
for
is
me to
very
get
that.
yeah, it's really hard for me to get into that. But I heard that I did like some things that I heard about the second one, so I may at least watch that one. So
Yeah, it has one of the most insane and prolonged like
yeah, I may
That
fast forward through
seems-
that. I heard about
it's a
it.
lot. It is a lot.
It's
The
like
third one-
bleach and skinning.
Oh yeah,
and-
salt,
Yeah, I heard
and
that.
hell
They
yeah.
skinned her alive, then poured bleach on her.
Ugh.
Flow
Mm.
was the other movie. Damn
Oh
it,
yeah.
sorry.
Flow.
Oh, there
Yeah,
you go.
yeah, yeah.
That's gonna be a good one.
It's wonderful for sure. But yeah, Terrifier 3, guys, do it. Carly, I know you said you had one other movie too.
I do. So this one actually is a family-friendly Christmas movie,
Okay.
and it's one of those movies that it's very old. It also is one of those movies that I feel like is a fine wine. It only gets better with age. It gets better every. It's a movie that I've been watching every year for Christmas with my family since I was maybe a teenager. And at first, when I was that young, I was like, oh, this movie's kind of lame or whatever. We'll watch
Of
it on
course.
we'll watch it on Christmas Eve, okay, to, you know, make my parents happy. But
Mhm.
just especially over the past few years, maybe 8 to 10 years, it's just gotten better and better. And then I actually discovered the colorized version, which made it even more beautiful. But that
Okay.
movie is It's a Wonderful Life.
Okay.
So
I have
and
never
it,
seen it,
oh my
guys.
God, you have to see it. It's so
I know.
good.
I've
It's
never
so
seen
good.
it either.
What? Oh my God. It's one of the
I was
greatest
watching
movies
Die
ever
Hard.
made. I know.
Okay.
Listen, Die Hard is a cool movie, but It's a Wonderful Life. It's one of those movies where if you're feeling bad or down, after you watch it, you will have a renewed sense of like faith in humanity and you will
Okay.
feel good. It's
The-
so well set up. I mean, Jimmy Stewart is perfect in his role. The whole romance between him and his like childhood crush, Mary, is so sweet. I mean, the whole movie, it just sets up everything so well. You get to learn this character within the
Mhm.
first maybe third of the movie, and then it changes, and it's like, what if you were never born? And he gets to find out all of the impact that he's had on all of these people around him. And like all he's felt like over these years is bitter. And, he's just felt like life is passing him by. Everybody gets to do what they want to do. He's always stuck doing what needs to be done. But it's
Sure.
so good. I
It's-
definitely recommend it.
It's the American dream that turns into the American reality and then ends as the American dream.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like that.
It's a
Well,
beautiful
what,
movie.
the funny thing is, it has been so parodied by Saturday Night Live, The Simpsons, various things. I think I have a bit of a relationship.
I don't
with
think
it.
you do though.
See,
Yeah,
I
No,
think
really
yeah.
would
a very
watch it.
skewed view, naturally. But yes, I will watch it this year.
And here's what I'll say, Brad, is that yes, you will instantly remember those things, but this is done so well that it easily overtakes and remains part of the story
Okay.
rather than a clip show in your brain.
The
Yeah.
parody and such. I enjoy parodies, but the original
Yeah.
is always good.
Mhm.
I will watch it this year.
I have the weirdest holes and like I've seen
I'm sorry.
again, like okay,
I'm
Brett, that
sorry.
sounded so bad. Holy shit.
I have weird holes too.
Okay, right. Good lord, I
got
gotta watch one.
These two I'm dating, and
Okay, please continue. Chad.
But I have the weirdest holes in like the movies that I have and have not. Sorry.
we're all children. We're all children.
Almost choked.
It's a
to death.
Christmas
Good
miracle. We're all in our 20s again.
Lord. Okay, right. God.
God, you never truly grow up, do you?
Oh my god.
No, only out.
Sorry, I just my life just flashed before my eyes for
Aw.
a second. Good lord. But yeah, I've seen everything and like simultaneously nothing is what it feels like. And this is just one of those like enduring classics that somehow has escaped me over all the years. And I have to admit too that Christmas movies in general and stuff just is not like my favorite genre of movie.
I
There are
agree.
things that I love, like Christmas Vacation. Everybody loves that.
Oh,
I
yeah.
just watched it recently because it's good background noise. It's funny. It's fun. All
Yes.
that. But
That
I'm not
almost
like
made the
dying
list.
for. Yeah, it's so good, man. How could you not recommend it?
You know what I
Yeah,
love
yeah,
about that
I do
movie?
think the Hallmark Channel has kind of killed the
Yeah, God,
Christmas. It
no
has
shit.
ignited it and killed the Christmas movie at the same time.
I haven't
Yeah.
seen any of those. I refuse to.
What-
I'm
What I
not
love
interested.
What I love about Christmas Vacation is the whole plot is wrapped around a guy that does not get a Christmas bonus and loses his shit.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly. I love all
I-
the vacation movies.
I got a
though, all the
breakfast for my
original-
Christmas at my work, and I was very appreciative. But you know
Sure.
what? Money's better.
Yeah.
My
Make it
boss-
rain, work. Make it
My
rain.
boss hates me this time of year because I'm just like, hey, when's our Christmas party? Is that tonight? Because we don't get a bonus, we don't get a Christmas
Yeah,
party.
no,
And
very
it's like,
few people
Hey,
do
do you
now.
think my bonus is going to be in there? Like,
Shit.
yeah, I can be an obnoxious shit. It's all
You-
right.
Coach,
You've worked
raising
at-
hell at work, man.
You've worked at your place long enough, like I have at mine. They can't really fire you.
Hmm,
Yeah, that's kind of true.
yeah.
If
The
they
severance
do,
is-
if
the
they do,
severance
then
is
they
more.
realize.
The severance is
Yeah.
more than what I'm worth there.
Right.
So come on.
Sure.
And I do want to say one last thing about It's a Wonderful Life, and that
Sure.
is one of the final quotes of the movie, and it is, "Remember, no man is a failure who has friends."
Oh,
So it's
I
very
love that.
sweet. It's got a good message.
have your kids watched this?
Yes, they watch it with
Okay.
us every year too.
Okay, nice.
It's a
It-
family tradition. We,
okay.
especially after my father passed, we made sure that my mom comes over. We have family that comes over as well. Anybody, as long as we aren't sick, we'll all watch it on
Sure.
Christmas Eve. So
That's lovely.
Yeah, I love it.
Have you ever partaken in the evil that is It's a Wonderful Life, the colorized version?
yes, I said that. Yes, I listen.
Yeah,
I don't
who was
consider that evil. I was one of those stands who was like, I have to have it in black and white. But then I watched the
Okay.
colorized version a couple of years ago, and now I can't go back. It's just so beautiful
Oh,
how they
no.
colored everything. I think it's beautiful.
The
I didn't
I think
Dalmatian
they did a
realize-
great job.
I
mean, you
realize
could
until
watch
tonight
it-
that was a thing.
Yeah, you can watch it in black and white. I mean, I would recommend maybe watching it the first time in black and white, but I definitely think you should watch it the colorized version too.
Okay.
I'm down. I'll watch that.
Roger, Roger.
I'm gonna watch that this year.
Yeah, there it is. So, does anyone else have any movies they want to mention?
Well, so I have a hybrid that will take me into the next.
Okay,
And it
do
is a TV movie.
Oh,
Ooh,
let's
alright.
go.
Oh, please not Star Wars. Okay.
No,
Angry
it-
Harrison Ford,
this
like
is-
Jesus Christ, you didn't
this
give me
is
enough money for
definitely
this.
in my realm of Jim Henson Presents The Christmas Toy.
Oh,
Okay.
I have not even
Now-
heard of this.
This was in 1986.
Hmm.
Now,
I wasn't born yet.
I was 3.
I'm going to
Shut
I'm
Oh,
going to
yeah.
read the description, and I want you to guess what it sounds a lot like.
Okay.
Okay.
The toys in the playroom of the Jones household magically come to life when their owners aren't looking. On
like
Christmas
that
Eve,
That
I was
show.
gonna say
Sorry.
Toy Story.
as on Christmas Eve, the toys eagerly await the arrival of a new toy. Rugby the Tiger plots to make sure that he remains the favorite toy.
Okay.
Wow, yeah,
Very
that's
Toy
just
Story.
like Toy Story.
Toy Story.
I was
Yep.
gonna
Yeah.
say that other that show that came on in the 80s and you know what I'm talking about, where the mannequins or whatever would come alive at night at the store. I don't know what that was called.
Today's special.
Maybe
Mannequins?
yes. No, it's
Today's
today's,
Today's
special.
special. That
Yep.
was
That was
actually a Canadian show.
Yes, and a great. That's a banger of a theme song too.
Yeah.
We're gonna revisit banger theme songs next year.
Yes. Facts.
So yeah, the Christmas toy. It was Toy Story before Toy Story.
Mhm.
I never saw
It,
that.
it
I've
is.
heard of it.
So yeah, I recently added it to my Plex, of course.
Mm.
I'm
And
gonna
then
figure
we
that out.
watched-
That's gonna be my Christmas miracle.
It's Plex.
And it is basically, some toys that learn to work together and be friendly to each other in the Christmas spirit
Okay.
as they're jealous of the new toy that is coming in and taking over.
So you said Jim Henson. So this is puppets.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
I haven't heard of it.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
I haven't
the main characters is a puppet tiger, a like a doll, and then there's an action figure that is the new toy, and then there's like a subplot with a cat toy.
Okay.
Oh,
Sounds
watch
good. I
this.
would watch
Yep.
it for sure. I'm a
Yeah,
huge
it's one
Toy
of those
Story
that, like, yeah, it can be a little dated at times, but at the same time, like all the toys do come to life. Like it's actually impressive when you think about it for the time.
fan. Is it a
Yeah.
feature length? You said it's a
Cool.
TV movie, so it's like
It's
feature
50
length.
50 minutes.
Okay.
Okay.
50.
So that was
Perfect. I
back
can
when they
watch that.
only had to do 10 minutes of commercials
Right.
yeah,
Every
yeah.
for
20.
50 minutes
Yeah.
instead of vice versa now.
Oh my God.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a lot for sure. What about you, Mr. Brad? What's your TV?
Okay, well, no one has seen this. I
Okay.
say this because every time I bring it up to anybody, they're like, "What? What's all wrong with you?" I'm like, well, so much. But based off of computer animation, a couple guys made a TV show feature. You can find it on YouTube,
Okay.
and it is called Santa versus the Snowman.
Okay.
It is about
Sounds fun.
a disgruntled snowman who is angry at Santa for getting all the love because he is the stalwart. He was there first. He was there last. Santa shows up once a day and he gets all the glory, and he is relatively forgotten.
Okay.
So this snowman who has no lines plots on taking down Santa Claus. Not taking over, he just wants to remove him from the equation. So he plots with his other snowmen an attack on the North Pole. Now, the North Pole is horribly animated. It reminds me of like Beast Wars, Transformers, and Reboot
Okay.
and
Aw.
all that, but it has like the North Pole has high-tech security and like anti-terrorism defenses for just in case there is an attack.
Okay.
But the two favorites, honestly, is when the snowmen attack, they deploy these defenses, and one of them is they launch in the air and they land on the ground ovens. Now, in the ovens, gingerbread men come out and hug the snowmen and melt them.
Oh my God.
But even more entertaining is the security detail are these two elves who really just sit there and shoot the breeze back and forth. And because no one attacks the North Pole, but when someone is attacking, there's a cutscene where one elf looks at the others and he's like, well, what did you do? And the other elf looks at him and he says, what could I do? She walked in. I was wearing the damn thing. And I don't know why, it just struck me so funny. Eventually, everything works out between Santa and the snowman, but it was very innovative. And I saw it once and it just captured my imagination. I
Okay.
love it so much. It is my favorite freaking TV thing ever. I will find the link. I will send it. I will share
Yeah,
it.
do it. Oh my
Okay.
God.
It will not have the affinity of the memory that I have because it was so silly and I was probably really stoned. But
Hey, you
is it
never know.
family appropriate?
it is.
Okay.
It
There
is.
it
But
is.
it has just enough inside jokes. Like, did you buy her the thing? She said, yeah. Are you going to use it? And he's like, well, that's up to her. The batteries didn't show up. Like the two elves. Like,
Right.
he's like, well, I know a guy. Well, we'll get the batteries. It's all good. Yeah. It was just Santa versus the snowman. That is my
Okay.
absolute number one TV.
I love it. So, in my guess now tradition of keeping things wildly unwholesome, my favorite Christmas TV thing, and this is something I only discovered just a few years ago. There's a little show called South Park,
Oh yeah. Okay. Good.
and there is an episode, a Christmas episode called Woodland Critter Christmas.
Yes, I almost picked that one.
It is
The blood orgy.
it is the best Christmas anything ever made.
Mhm.
I watch it every single year. It's only like a half hour. It's very short, an episode of South Park. And it
never
is
seen
so you have to.
Oh,
No, honestly,
It's
I
funny.
was
Like they make
Turn.
fun of like fucking Stargate. Kurt Russell is in it. I mean,
I was never a big South Park guy.
Oh,
I
I
watched
love
a
South
couple
Park.
of it and I just kind of dropped off. I've maybe seen 4 to 6 episodes. I was not too cool for school or anything like that. It's like
Right. Yeah.
everyone else,
No, I feel that.
everyone
way.
else likes it. I don't like it.
It's
don't know, I
it's a
and I
crazy
think it
show
just
for sure.
and I think it hit just right because I was in the 8th grade when it
Mhm.
premiered. I was like, oh man, I feel like I shouldn't be watching this. Obviously, I should not have been watching it at that time.
so
but
that makes it naughty and tantalizing, so you have to watch it.
When
exactly.
South Park premiered, I was in college and working at the shore.
Okay.
And I had one of my co-workers who lived in Jersey because where I went to college, we didn't get Comedy Central. So we would ship us VHS tapes
Wow.
through the mail. And
That's
it was
hardcore.
it was like Christmas
serious.
every week. And it's funny, you go and watch the original like first series, and it's just terrible. But it's
I did go see the movie, the bigger, longer, uncut.
Oh yeah.
yes. which is fantastic.
That's because the girl I was dating wanted to see it.
I think South Park is important because it's one of the only things left that truly, like, everything's on the table. It pushes
Yep.
boundaries. It
Makes
pushes
fun of
buttons,
everything. Everybody.
everything. And I think that's how it
Nothing
should
is
be.
sacred.
My
And
only
yes.
problem with South Park, and
So the Canadian flapping heads.
no, I love that.
Terrence and Philip.
Terrence and
Yeah.
Philip, listen, I have enough
You farted.
peripheral with them.
Pull my
and, you know,
finger.
Uncle Fucker and all that
Right.
stuff and the fart jokes. Yes, I like my true north, strong and free. Yes, we
It's
do
on
that. We
fire.
think farts are funny and all that. And we
Of
always will.
course.
But it is too currently satirical.
Yeah.
And unless you're in on a certain
It's
joke,
very
True.
of the moment.
You
Yeah.
you have to be paying attention.
and I'm not smart enough to do that. Like I said, I think fart jokes are funny. So
I
I'm
will
not-
say Woodland Critter Christmas is, since it is a Christmas thing, it's not quite like that. It's a little bit different.
Yeah.
It's just sort of like, and as Coach was saying a minute ago, like you just never really expect exactly where this thing is going.
Mhm.
At
just-
all.
As it continues to unfold, you're just like, what in the
What
fuck?
the
Like,
fuck?
what is wrong with these people? But also,
Well-
like, I'm dying laughing, and it's
Yeah.
so funny.
Mhm.
legit everything that we've talked about tonight that I haven't seen, I will watch because I have a week
Okay.
off. I got nothing to do.
This is not. I don't know. Like, I mean,
And I
know
will
your
not pay
daughter's-
attention to my child.
I was gonna say, I know she's
Aw.
not super young, but like, I mean, it could be inappropriate
could
for her.
wa-
It's very
uh,
fucked up.
Wait, how old is
Oh,
she?
She's 14, right?
What are you doing to me? Yeah, 14.
Okay.
Oh, well, maybe not. I don't know. My daughter, my
Oh,
husband
she would love it.
has
She
been
is-
okay for our daughter to watch. She's 12. She's about to be
Okay.
13, but yeah.
Okay.
Depending on
Can
how
I-
sensitive she is.
Yes.
I really need to tell you something about my
My daughter's
daughter
very
right now.
based.
I was picking her up a couple weeks ago, and I was driving past the old building where I lived, and my roommate, his name was Jason. I say was because I believe he's passed away.
Oh,
He
shit.
was extremely unhealthy, extremely overweight,
Okay.
and you kind of saw the writing on the wall.
Yeah.
Sure.
And she said, "Do you ever hear from Jason anymore?" And I'm like, "Honey, with his proclivities, I don't think he was long for this world."
Yeah.
And then, without missing a beat, she looked at me. He was pretty wide for this world.
Oh my.
Oh, I know my daughter does stuff
That's
like
my
that
girl.
too.
Hell yeah.
Listen, what was it? Dark Knight.
Beautiful.
Which was the one with the? Okay, it was the second one. Dark Knight. The Dark Knight.
Yeah, the Dark Knight.
Mhm.
When he's talking to Rachel on the thing or whatever, and she's like talking to him before she's about to explode. She says
Spoilers.
She says some, and then my daughter, without skipping a beat, she goes, "Somebody once told me the world was." I was like, oh my god!
I can't watch that
Like,
movie without hearing that
savage.
now.
Yeah, she's savage. Just watch that scene again and just like go right into it. I just couldn't believe it. It was hilarious.
Oh
But
my
no,
god, I love
that
your
that,
daughter.
that
That's
gives
amazing.
a sense of what the average 14-year-old, 15-year-old girl is. They're ready for everything.
Yeah, true. Facts. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
a new adventure in my life that I'm learning to navigate at this point. And I'm a cusser. I'm a heathen. I'm trying to
Are
rein all
they?
that in.
Are
And
they?
Yeah. I'm trying to be a good role model, I guess. Like I don't
Don't.
know that I'm capable of that, but like trying.
Chad,
We'll
do me a
see.
favor. Sit back and learn.
Coach has
Did Coach have to
disappeared.
leave? Oh,
Coach has to
knew-
leave. He
We
shall
knew there was a
return.
thing that it could happen.
He shall
so
return.
He may be back. But Miss Carly,
Okay.
we're on to you. What is your
Oh,
TV
goodness.
recommendation?
Well, I had to look up some stuff, to be honest with you, because I'm not as well versed in television as I am with movies. So I was having a really hard time thinking of, what's my favorite Christmas episode, whatever.
Mhm.
I almost picked a South Park episode as well, but I
Yeah.
ended up going with The Simpsons. And I believe it's actually their first episode, and it was The Simpsons roasting on an open fire.
Okay.
And
I don't know that I've seen it.
Is
Well,
that where
it's-
they got Santa's Little Helper?
yep.
Okay.
So that is actually one of the reasons why I picked it, because I have a retired greyhound and it really
Oh.
resonated with me. I was like, oh, well, I have to pick that. I mean, and I remembered it too. It was one of the very few television show, episodes that I remember of a Christmas
Sure.
theme. So Yeah, that
That's
was a
where
good
Ho-
one.
where
I'm
Homer does not
Bart-
get a Christmas bonus.
Yes, and Bart gets a
And
tattoo, and they have to use all their Christmas money to get it removed.
he thought a mom tattoo would be the greatest present ever.
I
Yeah.
did not realize until tonight that you have a dog, and I am incredibly upset that I have
Aw.
not seen pictures of this dog.
Well, he's always asleep. He's like a 40
Okay.
mile per hour couch potato. You know, he's a noodle
Aw.
horse. He's
A
like
noodle
maybe
horse.
he is huge. He's black. He's got a little patch of white on his chest. He's the sweetest thing. He's basically like a huge cat. He sleeps about 18 hours a day, gets
Okay.
up, runs around a little bit in the backyard, take him for a walk. But yeah, if he's not doing that, he's usually asleep. His name's Arlo.
Okay,
Arlo Guthrie.
Oh,
So
I am such a sucker for dogs. I'm like a toddler. I am going to die from an animal attack for me approaching some
Wow.
animal that I should not be approaching. Okay, right.
well, it won't be Arlo because Arlo's the sweetest unless you
Okay.
sleep startle him and then he will growl at you. But that's just he can't help it. But yeah,
Is that the only
Well-
dog that you guys have?
yes,
Okay.
Not for nothing, Chad. We have not seen pictures of your dogs either.
Oh,
Right?
I'll share. I
Mhm.
will
we
absolutely
hear
share. I
about
know
your dog.
Yeah.
I know they've been on Twitter for sure, and I know I've
Okay.
recently shared pictures of Chris's dog Rue. He's a sweetheart. Oh my god, I
I
just
must
like
have missed
dogs,
it
man.
then.
Okay, I'll share to the group for sure.
Okay.
Did you guys hear the tale of my two dogs?
No.
I don't think so.
Well, we have Rico. He is 14 years old and still fetches every day. Small
Aw.
little thing. I don't know.
Wait,
the
is that the dog that speaks French?
No, that's Mia.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, we adopted Mia, who came from Montreal. And when I asked her to do things, she looked at me kind of dumbfounded. And then my landlady said she speaks French. I'm like, well, no. I'm like, what do you mean? And she's like, well, tell her to go outside. And I was like, what's that? Bon vite outside. So she runs, and I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Aw.
So yeah,
That's so funny.
Bon feet, good girl, and her tail wags. But
She has a good girl kink.
I didn't know.
Same.
Okay, right. Same.
Me too.
No, I'm just kidding.
Well, I didn't know that my daughter. And I'm like, she's going talking such. I'm like, Sophie, you gotta speak French to her, and then she's lays off a litany of Frenchisms. I'm like, I can
Frenchisms?
understand French. I can't speak French.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
I
Paris
took
and
French in
Canadian
high
French.
school, which was
Paris.
I can count to 4.
okay. Right.
Deux, trois. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Just 3, actually.
4 is cat.
Okay.
Yeah.
5 is sank.
Okay, yeah, sync. Yeah, I don't remember. Like, I did really well in French. It was a subject I never had to study for, but now, like, I can maybe ask somebody what time it is or whatever. Like, that's about as much as I retained from it, and it was worthless. I wish I would have taken Spanish instead, man.
Well, every time I speak French, I make no bones to try and do any kind of French accent.
Oh, me either.
Je m'appelle Brad. Comment t'appelles-tu?
Je m'appelle. Yeah, I can say
My name's
name is.
Brad. What's
up?
fucking yours?
Aw.
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
I
No.
believe this leads us now into Christmas song, and I believe that if I'm not mistaken, this Christmas song comes with a story time from Brad, who's
God.
going to get started in it.
I have a story time too.
So, hell yeah, let's go.
Okay. All right. Well, so when I was a young lad, we didn't do Christmas crazy songs. We did like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and all the rest.
Sure.
But I was in choir. It wasn't Glee Club.
too.
It was choir.
Yep.
Because I hate to tell everybody this, my voice being this deep, it started when I was like 6 years old.
So were
Okay.
you an alto?
A baritone?
Very
A baritone? Sorry.
baritone.
I was a
Yeah.
soprano.
There was no falsetto in my voice. I could pitch very, very low.
Okay.
And
Your
the-
voice has been a hot topic on this show. Let me tell you. I've had people be like, "Who's Brad?" It's like,
Very
"What's going on?"
I appreciate that.
Who's Brad?
I wish my face looked like my voice. So I got a voice for radio and a
Me
face
too.
too. So every time the choir would come up, they would pitch me into a certain spot. So all the high pitched voices, not so much. So there was a song that they wanted us to sing, and me and two other guys, I think the janitor and like some other dude, we pulled in and we sang Good King Wenceslas.
Okay.
Now we'll play it at the end. Chad, that's up to you.
I'm down.
It is a very low song. Now, my choir teacher at the time, Mrs. Rickers, so you could tell, she was very stern, so I had a bit of a
Sure.
thing for her.
She sounds stern. For
She
sure.
was very stern, very angry, very fun. But she could not pronounce the name correctly. She would say Good King Wenceslas.
Okay.
And in order to sing the song, you needed that extra like syllable. Good King Wenceslas.
Yeah, sure.
Good King Wenceslas looked out on the feast of Stephen.
Oh, okay,
When
that
the
song.
snow lay round about, deep and crisp and even. Brightly shone the moon that night, though the frost was cruel. When a poor man came in sight, gathering winter fuel. That was it.
If
I
you
could
guys
go
heard
a-
clapping, that was me twerking to that. Just so you know. Just so you know.
But she would never recognize that it was Good King Wenceslas loss.
Yeah.
It was always Good
That's a
King
mouthful.
Wenceslas.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
But she just
Oh,
she
shit.
always skipped the syllable. So when we would sing it, she would conduct like she wasn't a fifth grade teacher
Sure.
and get angry at us. You're not doing it. You're not doing it. You're not doing it. And so I was looking at the sheet music and I'm like,
I'm doing it.
You're like, no, Hooker, we're doing it. Like, you're not doing
Yeah.
it.
I'm like, you're mistaken, ma'am. And she's like, what?
And you were like, boing.
And I'm
okay,
like
right.
soaking wet right now.
Oh my god. Right.
And I'm like, it's Good King Wenceslas loss. And she was angry that I pointed it out. I was chastised, still turned on.
Okay,
Mhm.
right. I was like,
And
I
I'm
was
like,
about to say, did she get the
he
ruler?
stays chastised.
no, she didn't.
Aw.
Didn't. But it was a little, just enough public humiliation for me to get sent home enough and do stuff. So when I came back the next day,
What a Christmas episode.
the song was Good King Wenceslas loss.
So she got it.
She got it. She figured it out. We parted ways. I graduated. She buggered off. All that such. Now, fast
I bet
forward.
she never forgot you, did she?
Yeah, I bet.
Well, let me tell you.
Okay.
Fast forward 20 years, or excuse me, 10 years. I'm 10. I was 10. Now I'm 20, and I'm at my sister's wedding. She is marrying her true love. I'm in her wedding party before she hated me. And we do the ceremony. Everything's great. There's an organ player. And I look up, and this organ player looks at me, and it is Miss Rickers.
Oh my god. And then suddenly it smells like Long John Silver's opened up in there.
And I'm like, Jesus, look at that shit. The ceremony's done. Everyone leaves. I'm a very good usher. I huddle everybody out, and I walk up, and I'm like, oh my God, it's you. And she's like, it's you. And I'm like, how are you? And we just have the small talk and such. And I says, you know what? I was always a little turned on by your sternness. And she's like, come on, don't be silly. I'm a married woman now. And I'm like, yeah, what are you going to do,
Oh.
right? So what did she do?
What
God.
did she do?
What didn't she do is what I'm
Oh,
gonna imagine.
Blowjob in the courtroom of the church.
I mean, honestly, like
My ex-teacher story is
applause.
way less spicy than that one. I do have
On my
one, though.
sister's
Woo.
wedding, I was wearing a tux, looking very dapper, very hot, and yeah, I Good King Wenceslas.
Yeah,
My
there.
favorite Christmas song.
I can
What is
see
your
why.
story, Carly? I'm dying to
Oh,
know. now.
God.
It's been brought up.
Well, it's
so-
not as good as his, but
okay.
well, I don't. So I mean, first off, I had a hard time thinking about what my favorite Christmas song is anyways, because I'm not a huge fan of Christmas songs. They're okay. I like them. I usually only listen to them on Christmas Eve. Like if we
Okay.
were coming home from my aunt's house, like we used to go over there. But anyway, so I thought the best one for me is Baby It's Cold Outside, and that's the original one.
Oh,
Okay.
Because I think
Now
that
Now
song's
people find
pretty
it
hot.
problematic or
It's
whatever,
not
right?
problematic
It's
at all.
not.
It's
It's so
not because
silly.
she wants to stay, but she just
Mhm.
is playing coy. You know, she
Yeah,
doesn't want to
right.
look like
Exactly.
a slut. She wants to make sure that he wants her to stay. So it is not a problematic song at all.
I agree.
Not at all.
Especially, I mean, Jesus. But what I thought was funny is that actually the song kind of reminds me of when I first started dating my husband.
Okay.
Oh, really?
We had not
Trey,
so,
you marvelous son of a bitch.
Yeah.
so we had not slept together at the time, but the weather was awful outside. It was a really bad storm.
It was frightful.
And yes, it
Frightful.
was.
Straight
And
up.
he was like, "You need to stay here. You need to stay the night." I was hanging out over his house. It was very late, really bad storm. He's like, "I just don't feel safe with you driving home tonight. You need to stay the night."
And I think that's
And-
real. That's a real, genuine
Right?
concern.
Yeah.
Well, I
That
ended
means
up
he's
staying
sweet.
the night. Yeah. And then we slept together for the first time. So,
Okay.
yeah.
There
Was
it
it
is. She
good?
has all the memories wrapped up with this song. I love it.
Oh, yeah.
Do you have a
Oh, yeah, it
version of the song that you like the best?
Just the original.
Oh, okay.
Original.
The original. I love the one from Elf. I think it's so pretty. And
I don't know if I've heard, well, other than in the movie. I'd have to
Yeah,
listen to it again.
well, I mean, like Zoe Deschanel, like singing
Oh, okay.
through the movie
Yeah.
and stuff. Like, I think
I
it's very
think
nice.
you
Has a
should
pretty voice.
stay.
Yeah, she has a nice voice. That's a good,
Yeah.
and that's a good story. I love that.
I do love my favorite thing is around that time that song became note of no, bad, naughty, evil.
Yeah.
The next day was the debut of Wet Ass Pussy.
Okay,
my
right.
God!
Exactly.
Yeah,
Like,
come
I
on.
mean,
Now
God.
that's inappropriate. I mean,
No.
that's fine if somebody
Yes,
likes that
Queen.
movie.
Yes, Queen.
Yeah, if
Like,
somebody
come on.
likes it, that's fine. But
Do I know
there's-
every word to that song? Maybe. But it's fine. It's because I support all art.
I have the lyrics tattooed on my back.
Okay. It's as a slutty lower back tattoo. Oh my god.
Aw, instead of the butterfly
It's just the lyrics to WAP. Like
No, I've got a tribal tattoo that points to the good zone.
to the yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. That makes
Okay,
sense.
So my
Enter
Christmas-
here.
Right? We become the most unhinged at Christmas. I just realized.
Everybody has
But
some
thank
kind
God,
of
thank
Christmas
God for it.
kink because we were supposed to be good, but we
Oh.
all know
That's right. We're all
we're
naughty.
very nice, but come on, we all a little naughty.
Yeah.
Oh, my Santa kink has been unlocked. Violent Night.
Oh yeah.
Chris, who I'm dating now. Oh my god, when he puts on a Santa hat, holy shit. Oh my
I was
god.
about to say he looks kind of Santa-ish, like in a
Oh.
good way. In a good
Yeah,
way.
oh yeah, he does. Okay. God. Ooh. Oh, I was getting carried away. So
Yeah,
this
do you have a
might be
song?
yeah, this might be the only wholesome thing that I actually have tonight.
Holy, you
And
say?
This, yeah, okay.
Wholesome.
Wholesome.
Yeah,
Yes.
I get that.
And it's because I have so many memories tied to this song. So I have an ex named Mac. We were together for 11 years. Met him when I was 20. We were together till I was 31. And to this day, we remain best friends. That is my family. I love him. I love his husband. And yeah, we just have a great relationship. And he was always obsessed with Barbara Streisand
Aw.
of all people, which I don't know if that obsession is still strong. I don't think so, though, because I don't hear about her much anymore. But Barbara
Well,
Streisand.
he's definitely perpetuating the stereotype. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, yeah, facts for sure. Definitely. It was like Barbara Streisand and Depeche Mode. That was like his obsession. So, like,
Ooh,
tracks.
Depeche Mode. Mm.
I loved. Oh yeah,
I
me
did
for
too.
sure. But it just always struck me as very funny that known Jewish woman Barbara Streisand made a Christmas album because I was like, this is strange. But her
Gotta cash in.
rendition, okay.
Hey, money is money.
Hey,
Who
man.
cares?
Exactly. At this very
Moses knew
capitalist
what
holiday
side the
known as
bread-
Christmas.
That's right.
Moses knew what side the bread with the butter was on.
But her rendition of Jingle Bells, because he used to like, he loves Christmas music and shit. And as like the holiday would get closer, like he was playing Christmas music constantly, and he would go through the Barbra Streisand album a lot. And she has a version of Jingle Bells that I actually love. It's because it is nostalgic. It's funny. It's fun. It's not like what you expect when you hear Jingle Bells. She's like, jingle bells, jingle all the way. And it's just,
I'll
so
have to hear it.
it's so gay and it's so dramatic and
Aw.
it's just so like,
Perfect.
but it's, and he and I would laugh and laugh and laugh to this shit because I caught on to it thinking it was funny. And then I made him think it's funny now too. And I can't recommend it enough, guys. Jingle Bells by fucking Barbra Streisand. Get into it. Clap your cheeks to it.
That's
what-
I'll have to listen to it.
It is fun for real.
I'm
And
gonna have to listen to it too. I've got a lot to watch and a lot to listen to. So
yes. And
that
there is one other
fantastic.
music thing that I wanted to mention. I do not remember what this series of like CDs or whatever it was back in the day, but
Big Shiny Tunes.
No, that's what I call music.
Oh no, I have no idea what it was, but it was in a literal like furry cheetah printed like CD cover that like
All
opened like a
right.
book. And it is the best Christmas album of all time. It was called Christmas Cocktails. And it was like this sort of like loungy, sort of like kind of hip and fun, like Christmas album that was very unexpected, like something like literally like cocktail hour, like this is the Christmas music you would want to hear and shit.
Mhm.
And we wore that motherfucker out back in the day, like Mac and I again, like that was like the one Christmas album I grasped onto. So Christmas Cocktails, guys, look for it. I think it had like maybe a martini glass on the front, and again, it was in a furry like. So I haven't looked for that. It just kind of came to me while I was talking about this, but man, it was really really good, and I need to find that. So yeah. But yeah, otherwise, I'm kind of with Carly. Christmas music is not my favorite thing in the world.
I'll
Small
tell you
doses
what-
here and there, it's fine.
Yeah.
But
And I'll tell you what music, like what song I fucking hate is the
Mariah
what's it called?
Carey,
No, my daughter loves that song, and that's fun.
I like
too.
it too.
I like it. It's fun, but it's not my favorite. But I would have to say the Beatles, "Simply Having a Wonderful Christmas Time." I fucking hate that song.
I don't know
I'm
if I've heard
sorry.
that version.
It's awful.
Everybody plays it and dances
Oh,
with
it's
it all
awful.
the time.
It's just so redundant, and I'm just like,
Every
oh my
mall
god,
thinks it is the coolest thing because it's the Beatles.
it's
Stop
not.
it.
And,
It's really lame.
yeah, the Beatles I have respect
like the
for. I think
Beatles.
more than I have admiration. Like
Yeah.
they're fine, and I think they did pave the way for a lot of things. But I've always kind of viewed them as sort of a little bit on the overrated side,
Yeah. I can
even
see
though they
that.
were important to music.
Very important, but I was always an Elvis guy.
Yeah.
Okay, there it is.
As far as like Pulp Fiction,
I was
know,
more
Beatles-
the Beach Boys.
Beatles or Elvis. I was Elvis.
Oh,
You were which?
Beach Boys.
okay, that's very
Oh.
solid.
Damn right.
Yeah,
Well,
I would pick
Mr.
Beach
Coach
Boys.
had to depart.
No,
so-
I hate that.
I'm gonna go ahead and assign him a Christmas song though, and even though he didn't say it, his favorite Christmas song is definitely "All I Want for Christmas Is You" by Mariah Carey. I'm positive. Don't even check with him on it. Like, I'm pretty sure.
He's biting his palm right now. If you can hear
Oh,
it.
yeah, he's like, is there anything else anybody wants to say about Christmas or any of that kind of shit before we get the fuck out of here tonight?
I just hope everybody has a great Christmas and
Yeah.
hopefully nobody else gets the flu
God,
in
no.
anybody
yeah.
else's household.
Goodness. As far as Christmas goes, there's a lot of people in need.
Mhm.
If you have, give. That's it.
Yes.
I agree with that, man. Good call for sure. And my final thought of the night is Christmas for the last few years for me has been I used to love this holiday and I loved holidays in general. And for the last few years, I have loved them way, way less so. I've always spent these holidays alone, by myself. I go to the movies and shit. I usually see 2 or 3 movies on Christmas, Thanksgiving, shit like that. And I enjoy that. But there is this sort of like weird, strange feeling of like deep loneliness that comes with that. And I swear to God, this is not like super depressing, guys. But this year, like for the first time, like met someone. I get to spend the holiday with like him and his kids, and he's invited me into that and trusts me to be a part of that. And I can't tell you guys, it feels absolutely amazing. It's like restoring my faith in Christmas, the holidays, and I feel hopeful and excited about the future and all of that kind of shit. So this is the best holiday definitely in the last few years. And there's a ways to go and all of that kind of stuff. But man, I am genuinely looking forward to this Christmas and just hanging out with a boyfriend and his kids and all that kind of shit. And
And I love that so much for you. That's
No,
so
Yeah.
awesome.
absolutely.
yeah, I'm here for it, man. And I told him that tonight. I was just like, thank you so much for inviting me into this and letting me be a part of
Aw.
it. And yeah, it just feels so good. So I feel like I'm having the first normal holiday in like the last few years. And yeah, it's a nice feeling. And Wicked Sing Along, I'm going to see the Wicked Sing Along as like part of the family unit, kind of in a sense,
so
on that
good,
day.
man.
And
That's so
I love
good.
it. Yeah,
It's
it
awesome.
makes me
Are you guys
happy.
going to make any cookies?
I don't think we're doing anything like that. I'm just going to go
Aw.
spend the night tomorrow night. We're all
Okay.
going to spend Christmas together and just kind of wing it and see what happens and just enjoy each other's company and have fun and keep it chill and relaxed. And like I said, Wicked Sing Along and whatever else comes with that. Maybe a Christmas. I don't know if everybody's ready for it. Woodland Critter Christmas. Like I
Right.
would probably like to show everyone.
All
but
right. It's a Wonderful
it's
Life. You have
possible.
to watch that. Please. And
Yeah,
tell
of
me
course.
what you think.
Definitely.
Well, I'm going to
Definitely.
try and find the link for Santa versus the Snowman. And as far as Christmas cookies goes, my roommate, she is amazing. Her girlfriend who is a baker, made a ton of Christmas cookies.
Yum.
And I had today off, so I might have eaten most of them.
Just save some for Santa.
Yep.
And this
No.
No?
She's really,
Aw,
she's really, really good baker.
I
And
bet. Just save
made
2 or
peanut butter
1.
cookies and so
So I have
I
one
guess-
more story time now before we go, because
Hell
since
yeah.
you all mentioned Christmas cookies, I have to
love
share
it.
this story. It's so funny. I cannot remember what the prescription drug is called that helps you sleep. Okay, God, that sounded-
Ambien. Ambien.
Yes, Ambien. That is it.
I don't have
So-
it, but I know.
So your boy has always kind of struggled with being able to get to sleep. So God, this was probably a decade ago. I had a prescription for Ambien. So my partner and I at the time had gone to visit my mom like right before Christmas, and she sent us home with just a fuck ton of like Christmas cookies. So I took an Ambien that night, went to bed, and I wake up to an absolute crime scene of
Oh,
cookies.
no.
I woke up with
You
cookies
sleepwalk.
smashed into my beard in
Aw.
the bed. I was like, it was like an outline, like one of those like chalk outlines, but it was cookies
Oh, I
in the
love that.
bed. And I was
Aw.
like, what happened? Why does my
fuck?
mouth feel like this? Why is this
Need it.
all in my beard? And I went into the kitchen, and those Christmas cookies, they were gone, bitch. It was like
Oh,
crumbs.
no.
So I had Ambien walked my way to the kitchen and just destroyed.
I
Murdered.
might need an artist rendition of a Christmas cookie outline.
It was so frightening and bad. That
Aw.
scared me. So that scared me on Ambien. And I did take it a couple more times after that. But I'm a person who just sleeps in like shorts or just underwear or whatever, and that's it. But
Yeah.
after that incident, I was like, bitch, I'm sleeping fully fucking clothed. I got
Just in
pants on, I
case.
got a shirt on. You never know. Like I could be out like walking
Yeah,
around the
sleepwalking
apartment
somewhere.
complex or whatever it is. But yeah, I'll never forget that. And I knew after, or I learned after that, that is a thing with Ambien, that people
Yes.
are like sleep doing shit. And I had no idea until that moment. And I was like, well, yeah, that's real because yeah, frightening. But
Now,
yeah,
have
I'm-
you have you ever tried to take Ambien and tried to stay awake as long as possible?
so I knew a girl.
I have not, but I've heard about it.
I knew a girl who used to do that, and
Oh,
she would, oh my God, talk about a disaster. Holy shit. At first, for one, I don't get the appeal of that. I am
Like she's doing lewds or something.
yeah, the fuck, like
I just
good
want to do
lord.
lewds.
Okay, right. Yeah. Just give me like I just want to know what I'm getting into. I don't need the surprises
Right.
of like some ambient fueled like nightmare, half
Yeah,
awake, like half asleep thing. Like I'm good. I am good.
just go
but
to
yeah.
sleep.
Yeah. all I really wanted, guys, was just to get to sleep, and all I did was smash cookies like into my face and beer.
Aw.
Horrifying. Holy shit. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining us. As always, Mr. Coach,
For our
we'll miss
wholesome
you.
Christmas episode.
Yes, very wholesome.
The most wholesome ever, as always. And yeah, we definitely have another episode coming out before the end of the year, and coming up very soon. I know we're going to discuss our top 5 things of the year.
Yeah, I
We
think
need
our
to
high
kind of work out
five.
exactly when that is, but it's hard to do it, at least for me, like right before the end of the year, because there are still things that qualify for this year
Yeah.
that just aren't out yet, and I want to try to get as much of it under my belt personally as I can. So it's hard to do that, but that's something to look forward to coming soon. And of course, subscribe to our YouTube, subscribe to the audio, subscribe to Scene Invaders. I'm going to link it like I always
Please.
do in all of the descriptions of
Both
all of
channels.
this stuff. And have the best Christmas, whatever holiday you celebrate. We flexible around
Kwanzaa.
here, so yep. I don't even know really what that is.
Happy-
I know of it, and
Merry
that's about
Christmas.
it.
Happy Hanukkah. Have a
Festivus.
crazy Kwanzaa.
Yep,
Festivus
that's
for the
okay,
rest
right?
of us.
Yeah.
If you are just going to, if you are in the Greater Ontario area and you're heading to the casino, like my family is on Christmas morning, I'll see you there.
That's
I'll buy
what
you a
Jesus
drink.
intended for real.
Hell,
All right, good night, guys,
yeah.
and Merry Christmas.
Love you guys.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.